So while editing this video, I noticed that there was rapid spikes of volume levels, especially while playing the sound. So this is your only warning. Please put on headphones for your own safety. All right, so on poll on Twitter, I decided to go 4 options. And we're in the editor for Beat Saber, so you know which one won. I'm going to show you how to lay up Collider. So this is a map I'm working on, Clockwork from Tanger. I'm going to skip through all the boring setup things because it's the same of every other person. You can watch a billion other tutorials. I am going to disclose this is not a mapping tutorial. So you're going to immediately press F2. Alright? Congratulations, you're in the You're in the lighting area for group lighting. Skaboom. Skaboom. Alright, so first, we're in the controls. X allows you to swap, alright? Now, it won't tell you this directly, but if you press Control, Shift, and scroll, you can select from one whole note, which will give you, one half, quarter, eighth, 16th, 32th, 64th, third, which will give you all the variants of 3, 5, which will give you multiples of 5, 7, which will give you multiples of 7, 9, and 11, each with varying specifics. Now, for simplicity, you're going to want to have it whole. Alright, for speed, for accuracy. Alright, that's controls. This is the F2 area. This is Collider, so we got these center blocks, which are these little rings. Alright, we see them, very beautiful. Don't worry, I left that there intentionally, totally. Get the side blocks, which left and right mirror each other. Remember that, because I just realized there's a Steam VR issue. You are going to want your headset off so you can hear audio on your computer. Then you get your colliders, get your diamonds. Get your colliders, which I have mine like 7 billion kilometers away. We also got our runway, and everyone's favorite, the Chevron, also known as the Master. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go to the very basics of moving. Alright, so we're going to move the diamonds, because there's diamonds here. We don't want diamonds here. People will see them. The map will look ugly. We don't want assets we're not using. So what you're going to do is click travel. All right, remember T for travel. Now you got 3 sections of this plus IDs, which since there's 4 IDs, these are going to have 4 diamonds. We can all see 4 beautiful prisms right here. They're diamonds, not prisms. This is panic. Typically, I have mine set to axes and ideas, which will give you X, Y, and Z for all of them. Of course, you can't have just axes. So let's say we want all of the diamonds gone, okay? So we're going to want to go up to our Y, because Y is the easiest instead of moving it hit to the left or right, or back and forth. And we're just going to scroll down. You're going to want to hold Alt while scrolling. And about -400 is when you won't be able to see them. Make sure there's no lighting. And, if you really want to, we can have some boost colors. Boost colors are typically enabled. So, here we go. If we were to go here, we got the lasers, all right? Now we see, if I remember, it would be, I think I set to every, there's miscalculation. But every now and then, it swaps between lasers in Greater Lake pattern, all right? Typically when laying, you only want IDs. Make sure not to click IDs while you have the thing open, otherwise it'll completely reset the thing. Now, you may have remembered, we have our little blocks over here. Now, the blocks, they're local to the, the lasers, they're local to the blocks. As you can see, these little things right here, they emit the lasers. Now, the blocks, they have their own local and global travel. So typically, if you want to get this pattern, you're going to want to something like this. Travel that looks like this. If you're curious on how to get just Y, click graph distribution and switch from X to Y. Now travel will look something like this. Once again, set to Y. But wouldn't Y make it go up? Yes, but because it's local, well, if global rotation is, let's say, 1A, instead of going up, it'll go down because it'll think down is up. It's like rotating on a swivel. And, now you have a beautiful grid pattern. Now, if you're wondering how I did the ring, well, we have all the Y's set to -40. Travel, we have 185. Now, rotation is we have a 90-degree step each time, because if it was wave, it looks something like this. Now, for local travel, we do also have it, so every 4 it goes back 200. Oh, wrong license. Which, as you can see, allows for some decent-sized gaps. Do remember, in Collider, the lasers will collide. So if you were to take axis, oops, do not want that one. It will reflect and refract. Reflect and refract. As you can see, if the things touch, they stop. Now, using the patterns, the phase, here it is. Congratulations, we now have some lights. Now for the chevron, it's complicated. Typically, you're going to want some FloatFX that looks about like this. 140 minus 30. Travel, you're going to want to start at 0. Then, a little bit through it, you're going to want it to go up by 5. And BK, just kind of like it goes up a little farther and then it comes down. And then linear down to 0. Congratulations, now you got movement. You can also want to make it go brighter to darker. Because instead of spamming FloatFX, going from darker to lighter does the exact same trick. For rotation, you do the same thing, except you start at 60 degrees with Y. You make it go to 0 using BK. Then once again 60 with a no easing, which means it's instantly like that. Then back down to 0, then you kind of make it go BK. Don't know what BK, EL, or BO stands for, but it does stuff.
Here it is, 76 Cherry Street. Kara, Thomas Drummond, that's the brother.
Now we have it moving.
Yeah.
You seen that? That was a beautiful global movement, making it go backwards. And now we can see colliders. If we go here, we have a little movement thing. So travel, it looks like this. 0, 100, 200, 300, and the exact same with the right. Rotation, something like this. Doesn't have to look exactly like this, but let's say you kind of get this. For lighting, you made it so every single note. There we go. It's kind of lighting. You see this? It's beautiful. Now we have the travel set to 0, 709, and there we go. Average travel like this. So it's not directly in the middle. And global rotation 72 per step, which is set to the Y, and 15. Now we have a Now, as you can see, blocks also have FloatFX. We're about to see this. Also in global rotation, we have it set to 180 degrees south, which means this block is paired with that block. And as you can see, now they're all light up. Now FloatFX on blocks will make them have this dark patch that will go around them. Kind of like that. Now typically, because they're mirrored and they're pairs, you're going to want to set something like this, otherwise it'll look funny. You saw that? That's a very beautiful thing. That's our crazy. Now I want you to guess. Are these lasers emitted from left blocks, right blocks, or both? Either way, you're wrong. It's only left, because typically when you're doing something like this, it's easier just to use one block. Because, remember, each block has a set. Each laser has two sets. Now the lighting looks something like this. After one, the lasers on the left and the lasers on the right will be at this angle. Alright, so 345 for the right and 15 on the left. And then switch, 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 and throughout the entire beat. Keep repeating. Keep repeating. And now you can copy and paste your mapping and your lighting. And that's how you get a very coherent... and that's how you get a lighting. So...